What's going on, LFG fam? Welcome back to another episode of the LFG Podcast, your favorite podcast for anything and everything in pop culture. As always, my name is Jet, alongside the boys, John and J-Mag. And we have a guest today. We got Mr. Lovewell. If you know him on TikTok, he goes by TikTok FRANKENSTEIN, another guest to the podcast. We've been having a good little streak of guests, and they've all been amazing. They've all been great, and I'm super excited for this one, just like the others. Mr. Lovewell, how you doing today, man?
Oh, I'm doing just fine. I'm up in the northeastern region, and we're experiencing that cold snap right now. But next to that, I keep warm, so it's all right.
That's all we can really hope for.
That's it.
So yeah, we got a great episode for you guys today. As always, we're going to be talking to obviously Mr. Lovewell, get to know him, talk about his interests. You know, this is anything and everything pop culture, we like to say. So we'll get to talk to him about what he loves, and then we'll get into the what we watch. I'm sure, John, you still have a lot, right? You didn't forget? You wrote them down?
Yeah, but I got my big one that I've been waiting.
Yeah, John's been telling us all week that he has this what we watch. It has a billion episodes, which if you've been paying attention to this podcast, that's fucking ridiculous coming from him. It's insane. And then me and J-Mac will come with our what we watches as well as Mr. Lovewell. But LFG starts with the news. So J-Mag, where are you going with the news?
Let's just jump straight into the news here. I don't got too much, so that'll be fairly quick on my side here. Let's start off with some video game adaptations. Only 2 video game adaptations have ever crossed 200 million at the domestic box office. Those two being Super Mario Bros. And Sonic 3. Kind of wild. Yeah, I know there's some mixed feelings on Super Mario. I think we all liked it here. Mr. Lovewell, did you enjoy? Have you seen Super Mario Bros?
I'll be honest. I enjoyed the hell out of that movie. That took. If I'm being honest, it did have a bit of an illumination filter through it. Yeah. But I believe in ways that we have come for video game adaptation movies, from the first Super Mario Brothers movie to this Super Mario Brothers movie. I think I couldn't have been more happier. The voice cast, a lot of them worked in ways that I didn't think they were. Like when Chris Pratt was originally announced, everyone was Suda up in arms. Yeah. But I believe he was able to pass with a kind of Mario-esque kind of voice. But, you know, next to everyone else, felt like great cast. You got Keegan-Michael Key's Toad. You got Jack Black as Bowser, which I'm sure everyone loved.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's amazing how much they have actually pulled in with these movies, which, if I'm being fair, considering how they fared, it's not very surprising, and everyone's anticipating the Super Mario sequel, and the Sonic movies have done really well, and I certainly hope Jim Carrey is on good medication for carrying this series.
Yeah,
thanks.
Yeah, for sure. We've praised Jim Carrey a lot for Sonic, so hopefully he comes back in the next one. And
we're all hoping.
That'll be, so awesome. That's awesome. Let us know what you guys thought about Super Mario and Sonic. So pretty cool. A movie that none of us had when we did our box office bombs predictions for the year on our radar. Better Man bombs at the box office. It's made only $10 million worldwide so far, and Paramount paid $25 million for the domestic rights, where it grossed $1.1 million. The production budget was at $110 million. So yeah, huge hit for them. Yeah, I saw the trailer and I just wasn't interested in it. It didn't catch my attention whatsoever. So yeah,
I'll admit I'm a musical fan, but this did not catch my interest, even though it was done by the same guy who did The Greatest Showman, right? With Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it did not garner my interest in a way that I originally thought it would have. Especially, I mean, I've seen videos of people kind of making fun of the situation, you know, for the next 2 hours, he's mine. And you listen to the man's album, it's like, what song deserves that kind of energy? I mean, no, like Rod Stewart's not walking up on the stage, it's like biting the head off of a bat. You know, it's
yeah.
But
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, if you're one of the few people that did see it, definitely let us know your thoughts and opinions on it down in the comments below. What you guys think? This one was kind of crazy. Anthony Mackie thought Sam Wilson was going to die in Avengers Endgame before Chris Evans told him he was going to be the next Captain America. They had a little conversation back and forth. Quoted as saying, he goes, "Have you read the new script?" I said, "No." He said, "You don't know?" This being, Chris Evans with Anthony Mackie. Sorry. He said, "Being black, I'm like, I'm gonna die. Damn, they're getting rid of my man." So, he takes me to a basement and goes to read it. I get to the part, he hands me the shield. I'm like, "So did you give me the shield?" And he's like, "Or why did you give me the shield?" Sorry. He's like, "Because you're fucking Captain America." So yeah, kind of crazy. He thought he was gonna die. No, he's the next Captain America. That's pretty cool. That's a great story.
Hilarious conversation.
Yeah.
Insane.
So.
Like, well,
I thought that was pretty cool.
Role. No, you got 10 more years, baby.
You ain't going nowhere.
Yo, crazy. But yeah, that one comes out, what, a couple weeks, February, I think that first week in February.
It's coming out on Valentine's Day.
Yeah, on
Valentine's Day, yep. So, yeah, we'll go see how that is. See how that is. This one was kind of nuts,
video.
too.
I don't have to go any further than that.
Yeah, I know. we'll get into it. I know.
Yeah, this one was kind of crazy. Like I did nuts, man. I don't even know how you would fall for this. A French woman was scammed out of over $800,000 by someone pretending to be Brad Pitt. The scammer DM'd her on Instagram and convinced her with AI-generated videos and edited images. She divorced her husband thinking they would get together. The scammer convinced her his bank accounts were locked because his divorce with Angelina Jolie and that he needed the money for a kidney surgery. She realized it was fake when Brad Pitt was on the news with a new girlfriend. So that's crazy. $800,000 is ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, look. She from France, yes, France.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, it's like the prince, the Arabian prince scams have really evolved.
Yep, exactly.
Haven't they?
Yep.
Now they're using AI video.
AI.
Yeah, crazy. Well, apparently, this is at least the third European who had been scammed by fraudsters pretending to be Brad Pitt in the past year. So this is crazy. So if you guys are in Europe and you think it's Brad Pitt, calling you to get together with you, that's not him. Don't do it.
They got a fucking pandemic over there, yo.
Exactly.
This is going to spark a whole new reboot to that whole Being John Malkovich. Only now it's going to be Being Brad Pitt.
Yep. Yeah. It's
that
nuts.
Netflix documentary is going to be fire, boy.
Yeah.
And this last piece, Brad Pitt himself reacted.
This is the
Pits. Yeah. He did react to this viral story of the French woman getting scammed. He was quoted as saying, "It's awful that scammers take advantage of the strong bond between fans and celebrities. This is an important reminder not to respond to unsolicited online messages, especially from actors who are not present on social networks." So yeah, if it's him, don't do it. Don't do it. A lot of people were in the comments being like, "Hey, you should just reimburse her." No. Do not. No.
Right.
She learned a valuable lesson, an expensive ass lesson.
Lesson.
No.
Shout out Brad Pitt, man. Voice actor for Batman and Creature Commandos has been revealed as Roberto Pazzini.
No way.
That's hilarious, bro.
What the fuck, yo?
Is that you, Robert Pattinson? Are you Roberto Pazzini? Like, bro, come on. That's crazy. That's insane. We noticed.
I saw that shit in the morning. I was laughing for 5 minutes straight, bro. That shit had me crying.
Yo, yeah, that is crazy.
Really is.
That is crazy.
It's the guy from that Spanish vampire drama, Escuela, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know who that is.
That's a true.
That's insane.
But getting into the real news here. So we have the top 10 most pirated TV shows of 2024. We have House of the Dragon, The Boys, Shogun, Arcane, The Penguin, Fallout, Reacher, Silo, Dune Prophecy, and Halo. Proud to say that LFG has watched all these shows.
Yep.
I have seen
every single one. Do you agree with the ranking?
Dune Prophecy. Does that have anything to do with the movies that came out recently?
It does. It's in the same universe. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
I don't however how many
series.
thousands of years before. Yeah.
I'll admit I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea. So these are consistent. They are the reported most pirated series that have been. Well, yeah, House of the Dragon makes a lot of sense. A lot of people really love that medieval drama series kind of vibe that Game of Thrones really rolls themselves in. The Boys only makes sense. Not everybody wants to pay Prime anything these days. Shogun. I haven't gotten to see that one yet. I am definitely considering it.
That's a must.
Arcane. I feel like a lot of people went off Arcane. People really tipped off in the second season real big.
It is very controversial 50-50 for sure.
Yeah, maybe that's why they didn't want to pay for it, so that makes sense. The Penguin feels a little unjustified. I feel like that was worth every dime.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I can understand just wanting to see it because, you know, that those Golden Globes they got, well deserved.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Fallout. I can understand people being skeptical about Fallout. Yeah, because most of the time the series now based on video games are iffy more than the movies now, which is weird. Like, for one, I don't see Twisted Metal on there, but then again, a lot of people probably didn't like it. So, but I liked it. But, you know, no, I agree with the ranking there. And, yeah, Halo definitely deserves to be on the bottom because people just didn't want to watch that anyway. So, they broke the one rule. The one rule that you have to have with this, don't take the helmet off. They took the helmet off.
Yeah.
They did that in the first episode, didn't they?
That was the first episode?
Pretty early, I think. I can't remember if it was the first now, but it was pretty early.
Well, he shows up, not even 10 minutes.
Damn.
That's crazy.
No even Mandalorian waited a little bit. That's crazy.
Yeah, at least.
At least.
Nah, that's funny. Yeah, LFG fam, let us know if you watched any of these shows, if not all of these shows. But don't tell us if you pirated them, please. Don't incriminate yourself on
yo ho.
We don't need that right here. So Isabella Merced on balancing Alien Romulus, Superman, and The Last of Us. That's a crazy three, just to say off rip. She said that was probably one of the most stressed out times in my life. I was going from Vancouver filming The Last of Us to Superman in Atlanta to press days in Los Angeles, San Diego, Ohio, etc.
Busy.
In The Last of Us, who is she?
I don't think we've seen her yet. I believe she's gonna be
in the next season, if I'm right.
Yeah, season 2. Yeah,
so she was doing filming for that. Is she playing Abigail? Is that who she's playing in that?
Oh God, I hope not.
No, she's not Abigail. No. She's the love interest. I forget the name. The love interest. Yeah, no. Allie's love interest. If I'm not mistaken, that's her.
Oh, okay.
I believe that's her role. I could be wrong. Let us know down in the comments. But yeah,
that's fair.
Wait.
Okay. Yeah, she's really getting into those things. She's getting like Zoe Saldana now.
She's getting a lot of like high profile work.
Like she really got it. Like when after Avatar, she went from there to Star Trek to Gamora and Marvel. Then there was also a sequel to Avatar, so she was in that. But
and she is Dina. Her character's name is Dina, which is the love interest.
She's Dina. Okay, and that makes sense. I can see that. I can actually. That's a pretty good casting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just it was interesting to hear that. Shout out to her getting all the work, and hopefully, that stress mellows itself out. That is a lot. Yeah, she's great. So can't wait to see those other two. Big fans of Alien Romulus on this podcast. So there you go. Moving forward. This is real, by the way, just for audio listeners when you're about to hear this. So Armie Hammer is attempting to make an acting comeback with the lead role in Uwe Boll's new film, The Dark Knight. The film follows a vigilante who hunts down criminals.
Wow.
So it's
You know,
Oh, yeah.
Cannibal is making the comeback
Mhm.
with a director who can't set foot on American soil
It's crazy.
because he was that bad at movies. Like, I don't think I have to tell you who Uwe Boll is, do I? Like,
I've never heard of him personally.
No.
Let me look up his work.
okay,
Let me see.
Uwe Boll. Have you ever seen Blood Rain's film or the House of a Thousand Corpses movies or Alone in the
sounds
Dark?
familiar.
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
Alone in the
He
Dark.
was-
Yeah, all of those sound familiar. Yep.
He did those movies. He was one of the biggest reason, and I mean biggest, that video game movie adaptations were seen as trash.
Wow.
And he literally made movies so terrible that he's not allowed in America anymore. He can't get a visa back here. They
That's
literally
crazy.
made that less of money. This is
Wow.
like,
It's crazy.
oh, geez, what is it? This is like making a comeback. This is like Kevin Spacey making a comeback with a Joss Whedon directed film.
Oh God.
This is what we have come to.
That example was crazy.
That's crazy.
And
Yeah,
I
no,
think
that's nuts.
and it looks like Armie Hammer hasn't let go of the fact that he was supposed to be in Justice League Mortals.
Damn.
Yeah, that's
It's literally
Damn.
called The Dark Knight.
yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
See, yeah, I saw this and I thought it was like discussing film with two D's or something like that. Like it was just a parody Twitter account, and no, everybody in the comments was saying the same shit as me. Like I had to make sure this was the real discussing film. Like it's fucking ridiculous. So
Wow.
I don't know. That's crazy. Let us know your thoughts and opinions on that one.
Uwe Boll. Now there is a name I haven't heard in a long time.
So James Mangold's Star Wars movie about the origins of the first Jedi is set 25,000 years before the Skywalker saga. He's quoted as saying, "I'm not interested in being handcuffed by so much lore at this point that it's almost immovable and you can't please anybody." I fucking
Fair.
love that quote.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I fucking love it. Shout out to him.
I can understand the freedom of shaking the shackles of a lore that you have to keep to or people are going to get upset. But I think it would be different if they were doing anything good with it either.
Yeah. I guess
I
we'll
mean,
see.
like I like the Mandalorian stuff. It's pretty great.
Mhm.
If I'm being honest, it's what got me into Star Wars. And the new trilogy, it's not as bad as everybody says, in my opinion. It definitely makes some changes, but some of the changes were so jarring that it just kind of left a sour taste in your mouth.
And having 3 different directors doesn't help either.
Yeah,
3 different visions.
Yeah, that was yeah. So 3, yeah, it made tonal shifts that were very jarring, especially in the last film.
Yeah,
But
for sure.
Nevertheless, I hope whatever he does is good and it works out great.
Facts. Because there's a lot I can say about this. Every time something Star Wars related comes up, I'm very vocal and I get pissed off. Not at the Star Wars media, Star Wars fans more. But yeah, so hopefully it succeeds and it's good. But James Mangold has a vision. We'll see if it is a good one. So this came out a while ago, and I had it in the news last week. But Cynthia Erivo says she wants to play Storm in the MCU. At the time, I was the only one that had seen Wicked. Now J-Mag has seen Wicked. J-Mag, my thoughts on this: there's a good amount of Black people that don't want this, for reasons I won't get into, because then it gets the conversation shifts to another tone.
Right.
But as far as her acting, I think she's a phenomenal actress. I think she killed in a Wicked. She could obviously prove me wrong, and we've talked about it before, that type of thing happening, but I don't see her as Storm, and I think there's actresses that could do a better job.
I did see this, and a lot of people in the comments a lot. Like there was one or two. I'm like, oh yeah, I like this. This will be good. But the majority of them were like, no. What about this person? What about they were listing their own people, and it was very divisive instead in that aspect. Like,
yeah,
they didn't really want her. They wanted somebody else that, in their opinion, was better, a better casting choice. So, yeah, I mean, I could see it. I mean, it's like you said, we've been wrong on castings plenty of times. When things got announced, and it's just like, well, we'll see. You know, Ben Affleck was one of those, and me personally, I loved his Batman iteration. Like he did fantastic. So,
yeah, I agree with you there. I feel like the writing held back just how great of a Batman he could have. Yeah. I agree with you there. Like there have been castings that have surprised me and turned out phenomenally. But like, I don't know if you guys have heard of The Tick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when
animation.
Originally there was a failed pilot series with Patrick Warburton playing the Tick, and you watch that and it's like, well, it's Patrick Warburton. What more do you need? And then I hear Amazon was doing the reboot, and it's not him, and it's this Peter Serafinowicz guy, right? And the only thing I had ever seen him in, and he was that one like British vocal cop from the first Guardians film.
Okay.
Yeah. So he was cast as Tick in that situation. So at first I was like, wait, what? Can he even do an American accent? that pilot episode came out. He performed. I said, you know what? Never mind. He's great. He's perfect. Then the show came out, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna eat this bowl of crow now. Yeah,
I haven't seen the
like
show.
The castings that you don't give a chance that you think are going to be perfect turn out to be kind of meh sometimes.
Yeah.
Like this is going to be a hot take, I guess is the term. Benedict Cumberbatch, I feel like they could have gotten someone better for Strange.
Mm.
But we'll see.
That's not that crazy take. That's not that crazy.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, like I said, we're going to talk about Marvel and DC later on, so we'll get into that. John, we got our first look
what the fuck is that?
at Steamboat Willie, played by Art the Clown actor David Howard Thornton.
That's dope.
In a new Steamboat Willie horror movie in theaters in April.
You need a date.
And this man wants to be the Joker.
What the fuck is that?
He wants to be what?
The actor who plays Art the Clown in the Terrifier series, this lovely little mouse-coated gremlin, he wants to portray the Joker in James Gunn's DC.
Oh,
Mm.
shit.
I think he'd be all right.
Again, we've been through this. We just talked about it. He could do it. You know, people can prove you wrong. Art the Clown is not the Joker. They're both twisted and fucked up, but that is two different characters, two different tones, two different types of just modes you have to get into. Right. But you know, it could work. It's whatever. Yeah, Steamboat Willie here. That shit. Man.
What's he have, like a harpoon?
Yeah. That's what that looks like, yeah.
Pooniverse.
Pooniverse.
The Pooniverse.
Yes. I want to see those.
That's what this is a part of the Pooniverse?
I don't think this one is. I don't think this one is.
What?
I'll check.
I thought so.
I don't
we're
know.
We're doing some Sony shit?
I thought they were. I thought these were.
Some not connected bullshit? What the fuck? What? There's no way. It's too early.
I thought they were, though. I thought they were.
The Avengers need to assemble.
It's this Winnie the Pooh movie without the Winnie the Pooh. That's how it is.
Yeah, this is craziness.
I need to see.
Do they have a list for it?
I saw
we had those
lists.
We did.
This wasn't on there. This wasn't on there.
No, this wasn't on it. This is definitely someone else doing their own thing.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if
Steamboat Willie, everybody. Let us know your thoughts and opinions on
I'm gonna watch it.
Steamboat Art the Clown.
Put your opinions in the comments below.
So this was shocking to me. I did not play the game, but everybody, if you listen to LFG, you know my opinions on this series. But the Arkhamverse isn't dead, apparently. The end of the Suicide Squad killed the Justice League. Spoilers ahead. Confirms that Batman, along with the rest of the Justice League that died, were simply just clones. Obviously, that game came out a while ago. The game came out enough time ago that this is the PlayStation Game of the Month, right? Or was that last month?
No, it's this month.
So it's this month. Okay. So it's been enough time. I don't know why this news barely came out if this has already been a thing, or people just ask questions, and I guess they had obviously questions about Batman being alive, or if that was the Batman at all. Yeah. But again, I didn't play that game. I've played all the Arkham Batman games. Like I said it on this pod. That is my favorite game of all time. That being Arkham Asylum, not the best one, but it is my favorite. So this is good news to me personally. I'm sure it's good news to a lot of people, but I don't know, man. That Suicide Squad game, it just more bad shit. I don't know what
this
else
feels like the most inane backtracking I have ever seen.
Yeah. Yep.
I think it's to have to do with the fact that everything they had for the game, nobody wanted or asked for.
Yeah.
Like the people they added, like they add a playable Joker character that has nothing to do with this series Joker, has no connections to, like, they crafted a very great world, and then they came in this multiplayer shoot 'em up video game with let's just kill everybody and got that. And then we end it saying, "Oh, you thought we were done? No, we're gonna crap on everything else too. We're gonna give you a twink Joker, and then we're gonna get Femme Freeze, and then we're gonna bring Deadshot's kid into it, because I know we were clamoring for that." And then we ended off with Deathstroke, and he's not even that fun. Which you have to work hard to not make that kind of character fun. Like the Arkham Origins game, criticisms abound. That 1v1 with Batman versus Deathstroke in Arkham Origins, probably one of the best boss fights in the entire series. Yeah. And then they bring him into Arkham Knight, and they make it a tank versus tank game, which,
listen, for whatever reason, and I don't know why this happens, but opinions change drastically, and it's not just this TikToker. I know people like to blame TikTok. It happens on Twitter. It happens all the time.
Right.
Arkham Knight, when it first came out, people were like 50-50 on it.
Right.
I'll even say 75-25. Like, it wasn't like the tanks were a part of it, but it was also a little bit of the story. But the tanks, it like the fucking Batmobile being a tank that you have to kill fucking 100 of the fucking little, things. Like, I don't know why. Now, people love Arkham Knight. I don't understand it. I understand it.
I think it has a lot to do with mods, but no. I think
the mods on that game do go crazy.
They do. There is a certain amount of cult following nostalgia that does come to some certain video games, and sometimes they get picked up a little bit more, especially if you got Batman, because whatever criticism I have for the whole tank situation, they do very well with improving the combat, the detective modes, the systems, the storyline itself. It is still very fun. So if there's one thing you can say, even the worst of the Arkham series is still a great video game.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, for sure. Agreed.
It's like, even when it's cold and old, it's still pizza.
That's funny. Okay. Yeah. Well, there you go. Arkhamverse isn't dead. I know the next iteration is a VR game. I know we didn't ask for that, but there you fucking go. Iron Man star Farhan Tahir will reprise his role from 2008 in the Vision series coming to Disney Plus. What this means, I have no fucking idea.
Maybe it's gonna be an Armor Wars leftover.
Did that get canceled?
Well, like I said, leftover. So,
damn, that's okay.
I thought Armor Wars is gonna be made into a movie. If I remember that right.
Oh
yeah, I think it was.
But it's obviously been pushed back because no one's talking about it. So,
damn. Well, we'll see. Vision, last appeared in WandaVision however many years ago that was, and we haven't seen him since. So
yep.
We'll see what goes on with that. LFG fam, you got your first little casting here. So Farhan Tahir, Marvel Rivals, hot topic of this very podcast. Insomniac's Spider-Man suit will be coming to Marvel Rivals on January 30th. Will be interesting to see if PlayStation users get this free. This honestly should have been the suit that we got free instead of that other Spider-Man suit.
Yeah.
Like if you were just gonna do this, like unless we get them both free, I'm sorry, give us both free. But it doesn't say free, so I don't know.
Yeah,
dang, that'd be kind of crazy.
Miles' final boss suit.
No, not that one. not that one. I don't know how. Listen, I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not even gonna do it.
Wouldn't it be funny if they gave it to Xbox users for free?
Oh,
hey, you guys can't get the game, but here's the skin for free.
Yes. Money. You know what? Oh God. All right.
Let them have the skin. It's all right. Let them have the skin. It's okay.
I don't play Spider-Man 2. I play Marvel Rivals. Anyway, LFG fam, let us know what you guys think about Insomniac's Spider-Man suit coming to Marvel Rivals again, January 30th. Great suit. Great suit.
That is.
What the fuck is this, yo?
So Logic's new project is coming out. Oh, actually, I don't know when I took this screenshot.
Yeah, put the dates.
Might be out already. I don't know when I took this screenshot, but if it's not out already, this is the official cover art for a project that is releasing, Aquarius 3. I've talked about Logic a lot on this podcast. I enjoyed his last two projects thoroughly. That's really it. Besides the first one, everything else has just been kind of. But he's on a good hot streak right now, so I'm interested to see this. And I talked about how much I liked the last cover art, and I do like this one. Obviously, he's big into pop culture and space themes and different things like that. So this falls right in line with that. Aquarius 3, if it's out already, like I said, I don't know when I took this screenshot.
I believe it is.
I went on Apple Music.
5 songs.
Yeah, 5 songs. If it's
okay, so it's just a little thing. Little EP, I guess, at that point.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, for sure. So let us know what you guys think. What'd you say?
It's given that is it Galaga or Space
Galaga, right? I was
Galaga,
but
for sure.
Galaga's dope.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, let us know what you guys, if you heard it. Comment down your thoughts and opinions. Aquarius 3. Fox Sports has announced the Super Bowl will stream simulcasted for free in 4K on Tubi.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy. Good. That really is crazy.
That is kind of crazy, Road Tubi coming up. I mean, they had that whole Super Bowl commercial a couple years back that just freaked everybody out.
Oh, or it just froze, right?
Yeah, it just started playing a different channel.
That was crazy.
Oh, yeah, it was,
they changed the channel on the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That was crazy. So, I mean, hey.
Everyone started looking around for the remote, like, what the fuck? I remember that.
Shit went to the main menu. I'm like, hey, bro.
I said, what the fuck, man? I was watching
that. People turn around like, who the fuck is that?
What's funny is I work in a pizzeria, and that's what I was doing for the entirety of the Super Bowl. And our boss had it playing up on the screen. And when that happened, all I hear from the fryer is, what the fuck? He had paid the extra amounts to get like direct streaming kind of thing for it. Still didn't work.
Yeah. Damn. Well, this is pretty sick. This is awesome.
It's crazy. And in 4K, like that might be better than a lot of other people's option to watch the Super Bowl. So that's crazy.
Right?
4K is nuts.
You know, you don't got to sign up for no bullshit, no cancel in 30 days or else you'll get, hit with the bill. It's just free on Tuesday.
They just charged me MGM Plus another month.
Man.
I forgot to cancel, man.
You better get to watching.
Yeah.
What's it called? Earth to Buy It.
Earth to Buy It. There you go.
I can't even watch the trailer. Never mind.
Oh, man. Come on. J-Mac said it was good, man. Come on.
I said it was. No.
But yeah, if you don't have cable or a streaming service,
that's actually dope. Yeah, that's dope.
Donald Trump, who on the day of recording was inaugurated today, appoints his ambassadors to Hollywood. He's got Mel Gibson, Sylvester Stallone, and John Voight. He says their purpose is to bring back the golden age of Hollywood.
Golden age.
Sure.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Couldn't tell you neither.
I don't know.
What does that mean? And it's also like, because he has this thing. Obviously, his slogan is "Make America Great Again." I want to know which period. What times are we talking about?
Well, so I just got this. Did do the movie Patriot.
There was the movie Patriot.
Shit, man. I don't know what this means, and I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know what their job is. Obviously, they have a purpose, but I guess we'll see if anything comes of this. Sylvester Stallone. We need another Rocky.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's just Rocky.
Like, sure, he does his over the top action hero crap sometimes, but every once in a while he does something that really feels like it comes from the heart and feels pretty good. Like in 2005 when he did that Rocky Balboa movie. I felt like that
was the speech, right? That was the speech movie.
That big speech everybody talks about. That's where we put that one, and it makes sense because he was the one who that first movie he took it to every studio and he refused not to be the main character, and he went homeless for a time getting that movie made, and now it's one of the cinematic icons.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, for sure.
How many cities in America do you see a statue of a film character that has that level of importance?
That is a fact.
Yeah,
I mean, it has anything that I said. It has nothing to do with the actors. I just don't.
I don't see the
fuck is the point of this.
Yeah.
Bring back the golden age of Hollywood. All right. All right.
He just wants his favorite.
No. Oh, yes.
So Charlie Cox has said that Daredevil Born Again Season 2 will begin filming before the season premieres on March 4th. So, there you go.
That's awesome. That's crazy.
I must have a hit incoming.
I am rewatching the season, the Netflix series, just to prepare for this. Because
I gotta do that too.
Yeah, I mean, I assume y'all saw that trailer.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
fantastic.
Now, I am going to be cautiously optimistic because Echo
did
deliver everything that we wanted.
Correct.
Did make the Netflix series canon, which is good. Y'all can bring back Michael Coulter. Everyone wants Michael Coulter back.
Yep.
You can bring back Jessica Jones actress. We can live Iron Fist in the background.
Bring Danny Rand back.
No one wants Danny Rand back. Nobody. Man didn't show up for training one day, and his kung fu was worse than kung fu. That kung fu movie where it was a big old parody. They made everything funny.
Dang, what was the name of that movie? That's an old one too.
Was it called Kung Fu? It wasn't Kung Fu.
Then, right?
Kung Fu something. Kung Fu. It was
That sound
something
familiar for sure.
It was bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, that was bad for sure.
And we all watched that Defenders episode where he got his ass whooped by Daredevil.
Oh, man.
They agree on and is a thundering dumbass.
But yeah, I forgot when does this drop?
This is gonna drop March 4th.
Yeah, it's right there.
Okay, so we still got some time because I was thinking. I think it's a Spider-Man. I think it's a Spider-Man joint that comes out very soon. I think.
Oh, that's February too. I think, right?
Oh,
This
yeah.
is January, or is it January?
Friendly neighborhood Spider.
Yeah, friendly.
Yeah,
that's pretty
Yeah,
simple.
but I will say, if we can give anything, just guaranteed laurels right now, that poster is 100%.
No, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
That poster far harder than any poster Marvel has put out in the last 10 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that shit's hard. We'll probably get into more Daredevil later. But yeah, season 2 apparently on the way. Can't wait. That's a great sign. Cannot wait. We have a list of canceled PlayStation Live service games from roughly the past year. Concord, unannounced God of War game, The Last of Us multiplayer, Spider-Man 2 multiplayer, Ben Studio multiplayer, Twisted Metal, London Studios co-op game, Deviation Games multiplayer game, and Payback, a third-person Destiny spin-off from Bungie.
Wow.
London Studios makes pretty good games.
Which one?
I like London Studios.
So what's one of their titles?
I can't remember, but I know what they are.
Damn, I asked for one. I just wanted
that
not co-op
Metal cancellation really doesn't make me feel good about the next season of Twisted Metal on
I'm gonna have to Google.
And by the way, when you did brought up Twisted Metal, we have seen Twisted Metal. We did like that one as well.
Yeah, we liked that too. Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah,
I mean the combat Will Arnett and Samoa Joe was perfect.
Yeah, it really was.
That shit was awesome. God of War live service game.
Yep.
I don't think we needed that. Like,
what are you planning on doing?
You know, like what's the purpose there? Spider-Man 2.
we that's the one that we should have had.
Yeah, that one hurts.
That one doesn't. GTA Spider-Man.
Oh, you want to play as Miles and Peter?
That's right, both of them together. And then The Last of Us. The multiplayer on The Last of Us, I didn't mind.
No, I didn't mind it either. I thought it was different. I thought it was cool. I mean,
that's a good idea.
I didn't play it much, but it was.
Yeah, but I didn't mind. That's why I ain't say it was good.
Yeah,
I ain't mind it. Everything else, I mean, Twisted Metal. I don't know what Twisted Metal Fire Spit would have been, but just like he's talking about that, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what happened there. Concord, we know what the hell that was. Goddamn.
What's Concord?
That was a game that also looked like Destiny.
It was like a 5v5, 6v6 shooter.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
And it was $40 when it should have been free.
Yeah, it should have been a free game.
If they wanted it to be big, yeah.
And they took it off the PlayStation Store within a month.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So
shut it down a week after that or something completely. So
yeah.
You want to pay for Fortnite? No, we don't.
No.
I think that whole studio shut down too. Like
whole thing,
that whole thing got shut down.
Yeah, for sure. LSG fam, let us know what on this list, if any at all. Some people, they just fucking hate live service games. Don't personally understand it myself. I mean, I get it. The studios and everything. I get it, but it is what it is. Let us know if there's anything on this list that you're upset that they got canceled, or fuck live service altogether. Let us know your thoughts and opinions on that. A man broke into Kid Cudi's home. He cooked food, he showered, and he used the bathroom.
That's crazy.
Horrendous.
He was arrested for burglary and theft, and the bail was set at $150K. That's fucking insane.
What he steal?
You
The
cook up
eggs
some-
out of his fridge? Yeah, out of his fridge. Like,
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong.
Some
You walk
toilet
into your
paper.
home doing stuff that you don't know about, sure, but it's not like he stole like
Jewelry,
gold money.
Yeah. He stole some milk for some
Well, at the
eggs.
bottom it does say he was arrested for burglary and theft. So I mean, he took some stuff on the way out. So,
Yeah, I don't know what he took, but using his shower in the bathroom.
He took some
crazy.
water.
That man was there on a mission.
CP.
That's right.
and it wasn't just a steal.
No,
So man, I haven't taken a shower in weeks. Boy, this kid cut his bathroom. This shit look crazy.
man, I'm about
Let
to
me
rip
hop
it
in
all
this.
up in here.
That's a trip, though.
Yeah, that shit is crazy.
Asian food.
Sounds like a story of a homeless person just
Yeah,
happening.
literally.
Lucky he unlocked the door one day.
The kid Cudi ain't got no security. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, clearly, right? What
He's
the
still
fuck?
getting work. He is still getting work. I know, obviously, he's a musician, but he's getting casted in movies, so he's not doing too bad. But I don't know. Didn't have security on hand at his home. Hopefully everything's all right. Hopefully he's good. So some more Silo. We were talking about this earlier. This is being somebody's theory. Last time we talked about Silo. Season 3 of Silo will feature Jessica Henwick as Helen, a reporter, and Ashley Zuckerman as Daniel, a congressman. The season will also include a storyline about the Before Times.
So, yeah. It's kind of like what we said.
yeah.
So, obviously, hopefully, they break it up good. I don't know. We talked about it, I think you asked me, J-Mac, if it would be fine before or after. How did you phrase that question? Do you remember?
Yeah, if you'd rather have it all in one half of the season, whether that's at the front or the back end, but like the first 5 episodes be one or the other.
So yeah, we'll see how they break it up. Obviously, I have trust in the team at Apple to do their job, do it well. But yeah, we're gonna get some backstory. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
However they decide to tell the story, I'm on board.
Yeah, it's gonna
as long
be
as
how
it
we
makes
saw
sense
it with the 2 silos, where it's
Yeah,
back and
yeah,
forth.
that's good,
That's
yeah.
gonna be like that.
That's fine. That's fine. It's a good show.
Hell yeah. It was on that list. It was on that list.
So James Gunn says they're developing a separate DC Studios opening for Elseworld projects. J-Man, we never talked about this, that opening. How you feel about it? You like it?
I don't even remember. Was this it right here?
Yeah, it's literally just him, and then he bursts out the chains, and it flips to the DC logo.
Oh, I think they need to add more.
I think there was an extended version of this where he transforms into every Superman all the way until today.
Oh shit, that's pretty
But
sick.
now it's just like break the chains, flop DC.
That seems a little. Come on, man! Like just what we have off Marvel, and obviously they have more movies to get scenes from. And they show you all the scenes, and then they zoom out and it shows Marvel. That's cool. But
yeah, well, that's all connected.
Right. Yeah, it's all right.
So far, all they got is Creature Commandos and.
We'll get into that later. But obviously, yeah, let us know what you think of the opening. It's just kind of whatever. Obviously the Marvel one goes crazy with the with the new movie that's coming out. They'll sometimes change it to where they're showing what's important to that. Obviously, probably the most famous one when Chadwick Boseman passed away and they did Wakanda Forever. The whole thing was him, cool. In honor of him. So that was amazing. In purple as well. So obviously Marvel goes crazy. We'll see if DC, changes it.
Comes close.
When it comes to Superman, like Superman, if this is hopefully this, it's not that great, but we'll see. Players have asked Helldivers 2 boss Shams Jorjani not to cast Chris Pratt in the upcoming live action film. His response was they're hoping for as many A-list actors as possible so they can all get killed violently immediately.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
I don't see him being a bad one because the game's kind of like action-y, but it's still pretty like comedic.
Dang. But the point of the thing is to just kill people, because that's the game. People die over and over again to come back.
Well, yeah,
it's
they
a whole
respawn.
new. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm for that. If they want to get a whole bunch of A-listers and see them on screen for the first scene, and then that's it, they get replaced by somebody else, a whole nother troop. Yeah. Oh, that would be cool.
that'd be like a little awesome twist if it was like they just keep coming back, like how we're playing the game. We keep coming back in the little pod, like Chris Pratt just keeps coming back over and over again, just dying a million times. That'd be crazy.
But that they have said though, that's not the same soldier in the game. Like the person, if you die, that person's gone. You're a whole new soldier now.
Okay.
Oh, you get very
kind of
shit.
Yeah,
I missed that.
That's a whole new soldier every single time you drop in. That's somebody new.
You told him not to cast the rock either. Or
damn,
talk and kill him in fight.
Yeah, he's not going for that. His big ass.
That's fun.
But yeah, let us know what you guys think about Chris Pratt potentially being in Helldivers 2. Apparently, people said fuck that, but Shams here said we'll kill him. Don't worry about it.
So, yeah,
he'll die.
That's pretty cool, though.
So that's pretty funny. Moana 2 has now made $1 billion at the global box office. Again, we like to pay attention to box office numbers around here. That's the reason we bring it. Sometimes it's in guest the list. LFG members remember. 1 billion, Moana. John, remember.
1 billion.
1 billion.
Moana 2.
Moana 2. Moana 2. Shout out Moana, man.
Hell yeah.
Moana the TV series.
I haven't seen this one as many as the other one, but
that's all right.
I haven't seen this one at all, I should say.
I took my niece a little bit to go see this thing. I tell you, they came out songs from the first movie.
Because the second ones were that bad?
Oh, originally this sequel was supposed to be like some kind of Disney Plus series, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah.
It feels like. Oh yeah, it feels like it.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, boys and girls, let us know what you thought of Moana 2. You watch this podcast, so you've seen J-Mac's thoughts on it. When it hits Disney Plus, I'll get around to it. But yeah, 1 billion, John.
1 billion. Moana 2.
Locked in. When we do that guest list and you don't think of Moana 2, boy, I swear to God.
It's good. It's gonna slip my mind a bit.
So I had already told J-Mac this. I probably should have saved it just so he could, because he laughed audibly when I told him. But obviously he told us last week about, National Popcorn Day? Is that what it is?
National Popcorn Day.
So National Popcorn Day, bring your own bucket. They'll fill it up to a 400-ounce cap. And people were going in waves and bringing all types of fucking crazy ass containers.
Is that a filing cabinet?
Right? That's true.
It's either a filing cabinet or a drawer.
I was trying to. Yeah,
they brought you told me a drawer. You didn't tell me they brought the whole nightstand.
The whole nightstand. At least they took the stuff off.
Yeah, that's nuts. And they took it to go watch the movie. They sat down at the theater and watched the movie. They didn't take it home or nothing. They just watched the movie with a nightstand in front of them. That's crazy.
That's a trip. They're comfy.
I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I just saw that there was a compartment that opened, and I was like, "This nigga has a drawer."
That's whole drawer. Oh, filing cabinet, man.
You're sitting there watching something like Nosferatu. You will obey. This is my counsel.
Then it's good. All quiet.
Oh, like the urn is crazy though. Whose ashes did they dump out, man?
That's the popcorn seasoning, John. You gotta relax, man.
Right.
That's tough.
It makes it that much more delicious. Nah, people had some crazy things. I
saw a cauldron.
Yeah, somebody had a cauldron. I told you, yeah.
Big cauldron, right? Is that what
I was like, man, Wicked came in clutch, but nah,
for real.
that shit is crazy.
That's good.
BYOB. Bring your own bucket.
I can't believe I missed that, man. You know how many stuff I would have got to field?
Imagine how much popcorn is on that floor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. Just saying.
I do make a mess.
I'd be hired there. I walk in after the movie. I quit.
I quit. Take my free tickets though.
So Instagram announces Edits, a new video creation and editing app set to launch in the coming weeks. I was originally gonna rant about this, I guess I won't. But for whatever reason, because and I guess we could talk about the TikTok ban a little bit.
I was gonna say they really want that gone, right? No more TikTok. We got it over here.
Yeah. So with TikTok getting banned, obviously came more apps than we anticipated. One of the crazier ones being Marvel Snap. None of us saw that shit coming. I didn't even know that was.
It's crazy.
I didn't even know that was. Marvel Snap gone. And I don't know if it's back.
Not yet.
But so there you go. That's gone.
Wow, that's pretty.
The one that hurt me personally was CapCut. I didn't know CapCut was by ByteDance as well. That's gone. Still not back. Not Instagram yet, no. Announcing this shit, it just feels like more madness to the elaborate plan that was TikTok being banned. Like
it feels like we're pissing on the grave. That's
because they added those little they added videos in general because of Vine, didn't they?
Oh, it was because of a social media app for sure. I forgot which one. It was
Vine. If I'm not mistaken, it was Vine. They really wanted that gone.
Instagram's smart. They're capitalizing on a need that's no longer being met, and they're like, you know what? We'll fill that need. Don't worry about it.
I want to say it was Vine.
It's just timing.
Because remember, it was just pure pictures.
Yeah, it was just pure pictures. That app's come a long way. That shit was bare fucking bones in the beginning.
Yeah.
Instagram now brings you edits because whoop-de fucking do.
Because for some reason you weren't able to do that beforehand.
That's right.
I don't get that yet.
Yeah, Instagram edits. I can't have CapCut anymore, which I was using to do TikToks and the YouTube videos. So we'll see. But
that's not up yet either?
No, that's not back yet.
It's still down too?
It's still down. And I tried to use it this morning. Still down. So
that's crazy.
Edits.
There
you go.
That's good.
But that, ladies and gentlemen, is your LFG news.
Awesome. There you guys go. You guys know the rules. If you heard something in the news that you didn't already know about, hit that like button now. That would be much appreciated if you went ahead and did that. But let's jump straight into our guest here, Mr. Lovewell. We're going to talk DC, MCU, all types of topics, whatever we could think of. Let's jump straight in.
Like I say this to, honestly, the last few guests that we've had, I met you through Steven Reacts Live. For whatever reason, he attracts amazing people. I don't know how he does it. But I heard you talking, and we even had a conversation about a few things, and I was like, man, he would be a great guest for LFG. That's usually how that goes. Of course. So going through your TikTok, I guess I'll just start with the easiest question that might be for you to answer. What got you into cosplaying? Because your cosplays are not, I wouldn't say they're not traditional, but usually you see a cosplayer and it's maybe like something like Marvel, DC, maybe like something Disney, but you do some like outside the box cosplays.
Yeah.
I was expecting
I'll be honest, it was probably TikTok primarily got me into cosplaying because I didn't know much about like concerts and stuff like that. I mean, I slowly started hearing about conventions when I got out of high school, but didn't really have anything close by or have the ability to do anything with it. So I started initially deciding to try cosplaying out. First cosplay I ever did, Wilson Fisk, from season 1 of the original Netflix Daredevil series. Because the thing is, I'm already kind of tall, big. I top out around 6'6".
Oh my god!
Yeah, 340 to 350, depending on what time of year it is.
Hell yeah!
The holiday, don't judge.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and I mean, and if we're being honest, all it really requires is for you to wear a decent-looking suit and shave your head bald, because I can't find bald caps to fit my head worth nothing. But, so yeah, and then I tried going to conventions with a few friends and stuff like that, and I had a good time. I dabbled with Two-Face for a bit.
Oh.
I had been doing, cheap prosthetic makeup for the longest time with like Elmer's glue and leftover Halloween makeup. But yeah, then eventually I started doing TikToks and stuff like that, and people were doing their own characters along with cosplay, and I was like, well, that looks like a lot of fun. And I saw the techniques they had, and being a guy who does performances on stage, I have at least a vague way of knowing where either to find good costuming or have it made. And it's basically just I do a lot of thrift shopping. Then when I started doing TikTok, I decided I wanted to do characters that I could do well. Starting primarily off with Frankenstein, Herman Munster, different offshoot original characters I made up that are basically the Frankenstein monster in different varieties. I'm like all variants of Frankenstein. That's basically what I do. But then I start dabbling into different characters, more comic book based. I'm very popular on there, which, considering my height, is hilarious. I'm popular for doing the Penguin, and it's my own flavor, but it has taken a lot of influence from the Colin Farrell version right now, because that just looks great. But I do that. I also do large characters ad nauseum. I did Juggernaut at one point, and I won a few. I won a contest with that for a full like Juggernaut armor.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was a lot of fun. So what got me into it was just like I saw people doing it, and I wanted to give it a shot. And so far, I think it's been almost over. It's been over 10 years now I've been doing it, and I just keep a steady flow of different things. And I have recently, in these 10 years, have now recently decided to get a muscle suit that will be for other characters. So I'm probably going to be updating my Joe Fixit cosplay. That's who isn't aware of the Gray Hulk, which is basically just Mobster Hulk, which, once again, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, so that's the best answer I guess I have for that question.
Wow. No, it was interesting to hear you say that you do, or you did theater, or you still do theater.
I still do theater. I am actually waiting on auditions for a production of Oklahoma in Youngstown, Ohio.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yep.
That's awesome. And no, that makes total sense to me, because one TikTok as I was going down your page that caught my eye is you were reading a panel from a comic book. We don't read comic books around here. We watch all the movies, all the shows, but I don't. I've read a comic book here or there in a series here or there, but I don't consider myself a comic book reader at all.
Right.
But you were reading a panel. I would just assume it was from either a Superman run, a Batman run, something. But you were like voicing out the characters, and I was like, dude, this sounds incredible. Like I would listen to him actually do this. So that it was really like I had like a light bulb moment go off when you said you did theater. Like that makes total sense.
Yeah. One of my more popular comic panel read throughs is a scene between Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk. And this is at the end of a run where Spider-Man turns into a Spider Hulk, kind of. The gamma radiation gets infused into Spider-Man from Bruce Banner. At the end of it, Bruce Banner and Spider-Man, they are around each other, and they're kind of going through it because now Spider-Man understands the way you feel when you turn into a Hulk in the same way Bruce Banner does. And this was also during the time in comic books. I think you might have heard of the Immortal Hulk series.
Mm-hmm.
So the Hulk's persona was that of his alter, I guess it's called the Devil Hulk, which is the main persona that went out from there because, as most you know, the Hulk has dissociative identity disorder. But it's a very personal relationship between the two because it signifies that the Hulk is a little bit more than just science, because he remembers that Peter Parker is Spider-Man, and in this universe currently, the fact that Spider-Man was Peter Parker has been erased, much like what they did in No Way Home. And it also establishes the deep friendship that Spider-Man and the Hulk have. But it's very deep, and people liked it, and I liked the panel when I read it, so I felt like making a video to the extent of that.
Nah, that's and I was telling my wife as I was, because when I first, like, I guess book, I don't know, but whenever I schedule somebody to be on the pod that day, I'm going through all their content as much as I can in that time, and just seeing what I can talk about, what I can relate to, and not even just me, because we're all on this podcast into different things, so that's why it works really well. And yeah, I mean, your content it's just so different. It's different than anything that I've seen on TikTok, and it's original. Like it's original things, and the editing is crazy. Sometimes you have the back and forth when you're going with a different cosplayer, and you guys are talking through a scene or whatever it be. Like it's your content's amazing. Like, I'm not even gonna lie.
Collaborations feel very personal.
No, I believe it, because like I said, it just feels like you're acting out a scene, just obviously through TikTok. I had saw one post that, and I interpreted it wrong, but they did like a news piece about you when you were doing a cosplay as the Grinch.
I actually work for a company that's called Castle on a Cloud that rents out characters for parties and stuff like that. And for the holiday season, Grinch was one of my big characters they had me hired for. Mm-hmm. I was doing that primarily at the Akron Zoo. And on the carousel, the first day they had me out there wasn't a whole lot of people because it was like kind of drizzly weather and it was getting to be starting. It was in December. And I wasn't doing anything, and they had a carousel, so I got on there, and they just filmed me for promotional art, for promotional videos for the company. And I got up on a flamingo, and I started singing random songs and stuff. And since Wicked was big at the time, I started singing Defying Gravity. And because of that, apparently we didn't know someone else was filming just way off from where we couldn't see them. And they posted that, and that video got 1 million views in the first night. And
jeez.
The next day, I wake up, a friend named Emma messaged me, says, have you seen the video? I was like, what the heck are you talking about? All of a sudden, boom, because we didn't even post the promotional videos or anything like that yet. So they took to the company page on TikTok, posted them up, and they're currently standing at there's two different POVs of that particular singing, and both of them are, I think they're up around 6 million piece.
Wow.
Yeah,
Man.
But I will say this, and it is something I will say publicly because I am disappointed. The Akron Zoo, we originally were planning to have a contract with them. To because we had other things that we had coming up that we were planning to do with the Akron Zoo to just have an established relationship with them. And you think after that kind of press that it would be on the good terms. They have decided to go with another company now. So they took the publicity, ran with it, and now they don't want to sign up for our contracts because apparently paying for quality doesn't mean anything anymore. So
dang, I'm sorry to hear that. That's crazy.
It's miserable, but either way, doesn't stop me from getting hired for gigs. So,
oh, that's good. Off of those videos, is that where you gained most of your followers, or was that just through TikTok? Just posting?
No. My following has been a slow and steady climb for over the past 6 years. I just get certain videos that just kind of take off. My whole idea of it is I just make what I want to see, and if other people like it, then so be it. One of the ones I picked up off of was I don't know if you guys remember the Key of Awesome, older YouTube series.
No.
Well, they made comedic song titles that were pseudo parodies at some points, And one of them was referred to as the modern monster mash, where you take the universal monster, Frankenstein, singing about a party where now it's updated, and you've got the classic 80s slashers coming into the party, but they're being like 15 times more violent. So Boris Karloff's freaking out like, he's cutting off a face! He's pulling out a liver! That's really gross. Oh my God! And, so I took that audio from YouTube and I crafted my own version of it. And this was back when you could only make videos that were like a minute long on the. So I had to post multiple parts.
Yeah.
And those picked up very heavily. And I think I got like over 10,000 followers in that video for that.
Wow.
And eventually more things come along. I do Herman Munster, the scene that you probably seen most of the time where he's talking about his son, like, don't treat people differently. That got me a crop of followers. One that picked up some popularity was a cover of a song from Epic the Musical, Ruthlessness, where I used the Penguin to establish that he was upset with how Batman was handling things, and people like that. But yeah, it's just been a slow bits and pieces kind of work to get up to where I'm at, and if I'm honest, I'm not disappointed with it. I've gotten to know some very fantastic creators and some great people. And, when yesterday, when we all thought it was going under, I was sad, but I was also very satisfied with the people I've gotten to know. So,
no, agreed. We've met some great people as well, interesting characters. So I will get into the big three, starting with the kaiju. So one hot topic on this very podcast was Godzilla -1.
of course.
Did you watch Godzilla -1? Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Okay,
that film. It here's the thing. As a guy who's watched Godzilla films since I was like maybe 5 years old, there is so many different versions that you get so many different flavors, but there's always this air of, oh, they're cheap, oh, they're just popcorny fun. Which, a lot of the films are like that, but at the same time, a lot of them have a deep mythos and a deep grounded story to them. -1 really took a hold of what I believe would be the original movie and just ingrained itself in the soul of it, but grew something new from it. Because what a lot of people don't realize is that many scenes in -1 are scene-for-scene recreations from the very first Godzilla film, at least where people are involved. And it feels more than just like an homage to the original film. It's almost like a recreation of what this whole thing was actually was, and it reintroduces it to people in the way that it was meant to when it was originally created.
Yeah, agreed. Somebody that's not here had it. When it comes to movies, this person is very like, he likes to get down to the details of everything and likes to pinpoint things and be like, that didn't make sense, or this didn't make sense here. Me, J-Mag, my wife, J-Mag even more to a little more extent. We loved Godzilla -1. That debate was crazy. But yeah, it's just good to talk to somebody else about Godzilla -1 because we thought that shit was a masterpiece.
No, it is very good. They did a lot of things with it that were far more jarring than you've seen in most Godzilla films. Like, they were very critical of their own government, at least at the time of World War II, which Japanese culture, they don't get into that a lot. And the whole idea that, we can't really send many reinforcements because we've got an agreement with America and we can't stir the pot kind of thing. You guys, with this gigantic radioactive dinosaur, you're on your own. Which, wow. And yeah. Also, I will say the design for Godzilla itself. At first, it was a little jarring. It definitely emulates a lot of the original design in many ways. They also kept over a version where it's a dinosaur mutated by the bomb. And that's also very interesting. They take a lot of tropes of Godzilla and reintegrate it into things. Also, I really like the idea that they've brought Godzilla back to the most FU energy you've probably seen out of Godzilla in about 20 years. Like, this man doesn't come in like just happen. Like Godzilla, you usually see in a movie, he's walking around, buildings fall over, he steps on some things. It's not because he's actively looking to destroy. It's just like, you're walking through the woods, you accidentally step on, sticks and stuff like that. It's not that bad of a thing. No, this man was attacking buildings like they owed him money. Like, he turned around, he whipping the buildings. He goes like, and and also the staple of Godzilla, the atomic breath, probably one of the most destructive versions of that power we have ever seen. The thing unloads an actual atomic bomb, which, man, but as much as Godzilla is great, the story of the pilot who decided not to crash his plane or anything like that, the survivor's guilt, the relationships that he builds, how everything comes back to him and Godzilla in a way, and the way that they end it with his character is just so satisfying.
That's why I love the movie a lot. Like, I loved the human aspect of it. Like, Godzilla, I think, was in it for 4 scenes. I've said this before. There's only like 4 major scenes, really. And that's it. The focal point of the story was the humans, was this relationship that this pilot was building and all that. And I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was fantastic. So I really enjoyed the movie because of that aspect. And Godzilla being in there was just the cherry on top. It was just like, and that was a phenomenal Godzilla. So
it was a great film with a little bit of Godzilla integrated into the story, which yeah.
So what'd you think of Godzilla Kong?
Godzilla versus the MonsterVerse. I gotta say that's
yes.
I'll tell you this. Godzilla is defined by many different eras that the films have been created in. And if you know anything about comics, it's a lot like how there is a golden, a silver, and a bronze age, right?
Right.
The MonsterVerse started off with their Godzilla, very serious, very gritty, very grounded. Unfortunately, you stop caring when Bryan Cranston dies, like the rest of us, but it's a shame. But and then they got Michael Dougherty to come in on Godzilla King of the Monsters. The sequel came around. They played a little bit more into that fantastical monster smash 'em up vibe, which felt pretty good, but they were also trying to cling on to that pseudo-serious, empathetic, kind of character-driven story. Just a tiny bit. Just so much. So much they got a Game of Thrones actor.
Yeah.
But then Godzilla vs. Kong comes around after the Kong Skull Island movie, and they say, hey, we're doing it. We're doing it for the first time in 60 years. And the first trailer dropped, and I said, you know what? They said, you know what? Let's just Pacific Rim this, okay? You don't have to try too hard on the human story. Just make sure the monster action is fun. And when that came out, I just around during the pandemic, you could go in and you had so much fun with it. And they brought in Mechagodzilla for no reason, but I'm not complaining. And then they had the team up at the end, and it's like, oh, what do you know? Hey, Snyder, you could do a versus movie that's good. But
oh my god.
But yeah, no, it was great. It was wonderful. I have seen the new Empire sequel. It's it's fun. It definitely feels like for the MonsterVerse, we're going to be getting this putting your toys in a box and shaking them around, Power Rangers Pacific Rim vibe. Which, you know what? If we do that over here, and they keep the serious, intense drama stuff for Godzilla on Toho's side, I will have nothing wrong with it, and I will enjoy both. Because the thing is, if you're really a fan of something, you know how to be critical, but you know how to enjoy just about every aspect of it. Like a lot of Godzilla fans are super critical of the Roland Emmerich, Dean Devlin, 1998 Godzilla with Matthew Broderick. A lot of fans are very vocal on how they absolutely despise this. How dare you? But I think there is a significant number of fans that say, you know what, this was a fun monster movie, even though it is not a good Godzilla film. Which, which is funny enough because they the original studios bought the creature just to have it killed in a movie in 2004. So just to have the real Godzilla come around and one-shot it. So it was funny in that. And the scenes referred to as Pretender to the Throne. They it was a film called Godzilla Final Wars, and it was the last film to come out until 2014. So that's from 2004 to 2014. And they wanted to do this big old destroy all monsters-esque, all the monsters in one, Godzilla going around fighting them all kind of happy action movie. It also had like mutant Matrix people in it, which I'm not going to go into detail on. It's got aliens, but they wear Matrix garb, and you feel the elements. It has champion MMA fighter. What was it? Dom Fry.
Oh shit!
As a general in it, and the man. I don't know what else you've probably seen him in. Probably in that one movie where Rob Schneider goes to prison. Don't know the name of that. But yeah, he's fun. He's funny. It's the generic American actor in a Japanese film. Godzilla is high energy, high, very very Ultraman-esque. He's running. He's doing kung fu moves for some reason. He fights 3-on-1 at some point. He's just it's funny because there's so many different types of Godzilla anybody could get into it. That's the fun part. So.
One thing I did want to ask you, did you get a chance to watch Monarch, Legacy of Monsters on Apple TV?
I did get to see that, and I think they had a genius idea there with Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell playing the older and younger versions.
Yeah.
That was a brilliant idea. I do feel like there were some kind of we must force you to like this character scenarios. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like this person is totally in the right, and how dare you say they're wrong, and how dare you have any criticism about them? But at the same time, it's like, ugh. But but no, I believe they played around the idea of existing in a world with these kind of creatures in a fun way. Having them try to go after his dad was an interesting storyline. When Godzilla was able to show up, it was a lot of fun. I don't know if it was justified, the fight between him and the Ion Dragon, I guess is the name of it.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to know if that was justified, but it was a lot of fun, and it was very interesting. I would like to see what they do with another one, if they can get maybe the rights to a Toho monster or two, and then base it around that kind of situation that leads into the next movie. That would be cool. But if that was just the one and done, I'm not disappointed with it. Just cast those actors in a movie, and we're fine.
I think they are working on season 2, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, there you go. Either way,
I think So okay, cool.
And sometimes this happens when something like super hype comes out, and a lot of people are talking about it. Right. But obviously, you having a vast knowledge of Godzilla movies, is -1 the GOAT to you, or is there a better one in your mind?
That's a hard one to say. Like, it's like saying what What movie is the best dance movie? What movie is the best Western? What movie is the best superhero movie, right?
Yeah.
Probably superhero movie would be the best one to say. -1 definitely was the first time in a long time it felt like us fans of Godzilla can be taken seriously. Like, yeah, we like something that actually has quality to it. Instead of just having to justify, yeah, I know it's a guy in a giant suit. It doesn't matter. It's fun. But it is one of the greats. It is one of the greats, and I've been happy to have it. And I am ecstatically excited with whatever this director is doing with the sequel. Is it my favorite Godzilla movie? I would say it's up there, but it is not my favorite.
What would that be? Which one's that?
It's a little lesser known. Came out in 2001, and the name is a mouthful, so bear with me. Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That sounds
That's
like
a very Japanese name, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, the concept of this movie takes away from the wholly scientific aspect, the scientific fiction aspect of Godzilla, and leads it more into a supernatural realm. So, in this movie, Godzilla is basically a revenant. He is powered by the souls of all of Japan's enemies during the Pacific conflict. So, like, all the people who were killed by the Japanese possess this version of Godzilla, and this Godzilla, much like in -1, where he is impartial to the destruction, it's just something that happens. This Godzilla goes after people, like Jason Voorhees. He's got milky white eyes. He's got like this horrifyingly like boundless, like large look to him. There is a scene where there's a woman who runs out of a grocery store, looks up, sees him, screams. And the basic idea, this man turns around, looks down at her, charges up the heat ray. We cut to a classroom. The whole room shakes like an earthquake. And the teacher looks out the window, and in the reverse reflection, we see a mushroom cloud. There's a scene where there's these teens staying at, like, I guess a motel room or a restaurant or something like that, and they're talking about Godzilla. It's like, oh, he'd be a great pet. And then all of a sudden Godzilla just stomps down on the building. And then funny enough, one of the people survived. One of the girls from that situation survived, and she's somewhere in Japan. Godzilla shows up. She's sitting in the hospital bed. She's got a broken leg, cast. She's tied into the bed. She's trying to help. And he walks right by the window, and she's like, and just when you think it's done, tail whip right into the window. So this movie is essentially a slasher villain, and they bring in other monsters to combat him. And one of the first ones is a very less known creature called Baragon. Basically looks like a bulldog that's red, hairless, with bat ears and a horn. And its whole thing is burrowing, right? This thing doesn't stand a chance. Like, it bites on him and he flings it off with his arm. It basically stands no chance, and he takes it out with one hit with the heat ray, and it eviscerates. Then they bring in Mothra, and then they bring in a nerfed version of King Ghidorah, the three-headed dragon thing. None of these things are able to kill it by the end. The one thing that happens is King Ghidorah gets supercharged and fires at him and gets a wound in his neck, right? So the only thing they know to do, the super weapon they make in this movie is a drilling missile, right? It lands, drills, and explodes. Main character's general father goes in some weird subnautical vehicle, goes into Godzilla's mouth, fires the missile out of his neck, and it explodes. Godzilla tries to charge up and fire it at the main character, but the beam comes out of the hole in his neck.
Oh my god.
He tries it again, and then he starts charging up and he explodes. And that's what defeats it. He defeats himself in this movie. But then, once again, like any classic slasher movie, the film ends, you go into the ocean, and there's a whole bunch of school of fish floating around something, and then boom, boom, fish go away. It's a gigantic heart still beating, like Jason Voorhees. So it plays on the idea of Japan having to deal with accountability for their part in the axis of the wars, and the idea of the spiritual guardianship of also the people who tried to do the very best in the world. So yeah, it plays on those aspects.
I gotta check that one out for sure.
And it's a lot of fun.
All right.
That sounded like it. That sounded like it. All right, so unfortunately, we were having some connection issues with Mr. Lovewell, so we will get back with him another time. It was great having him on nonetheless. Make sure you drop the like button for his content on all his... he did awesome cosplay and stuff, so make sure you guys go check him out on that. That was pretty cool. His takes on Godzilla, which were amazing to hear too. So drop a like for that and let him know you want him to come back. So pretty cool. But it's that time of the show where we go to our what do we watch? What do we watch this week? What do we play this week? Or perhaps what do we listen to? And all week... Maybe even for the past 2 weeks, maybe something like that.
It was
about 2 weeks. John's been hyping himself up that he's watched this, and it has 800,000 episodes or something like that.
Close. Rounded up.
So we're going to see what it is. We're all excited. We're all anxious to hear what we watch. John, take it away.
All right. Well, that big one. The big one.
Oh, shit.
I have been watching Bleach.
Oh,
I told you. Oh, yeah. All right. I'm glad it lived up to the hype.
Before you even get in, how did you get outside the first, 10 episodes, Jay? Was it something
I was going to get, it's either 12 or 16.
Why, it gets worse after that or what?
No. It gets great after that.
It gets better after that, but how did you make it out of that?
Those, though.
Oh, shit. Okay, well, never mind. Take your, where you at on your journey?
That's why I was like, that shit is good. There's no way it gets even better.
Wow.
I'm like on 11, I think. 11 or 10. That's why I was like, oh, shit. Does it just get bad from there? I'm at the peak.
Did you feel that way too, J-Bag?
What? That it was
about Bleach
good?
the same as me? Like those first whatever
I stopped watching it a couple times because I just I didn't catch my interest. I never went back to it.
No way.
I forced myself to go through it, and I'm at the end of the first arc when he's picking. Never mind, I won't say nothing. When he's at the end of the first arc. Sorry, but yeah, it was a struggle for me to get through, and I had to put that respect on its name because it's considered the big three. So
that's why I thought you would have guessed it by now. I thought it was big three.
I would have never guessed that at all.
That's crazy.
Well, to be fair, you threw me for a loop because Bleach does not have 800 episodes. Not even close to that. No, the fuck it does not.
Yes, the fuck it does.
800?
I'm pretty fucking sure.
No.
I might be tripping because on Amazon it has subbed and dubbed.
Yes,
so,
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
So what John's doing is he's watching it in sub, and then he'll watch it in dub, and then sub, and then he's getting.
So when it's only 400, then about half of what I thought it was.
I don't even think it was that. Hold on. There's no fucking way. Because listen, you said 800. And obviously it's not One Piece because One Piece has 1,000 something.
Yeah.
I was I wasn't thinking this, but Naruto has something close to that if you count everything. But you already said you weren't watching Naruto.
I'm never gonna neither. The only thing that's dragging for me is my service has an ad before.
Ooh.
After the intro.
Oof.
Midway through.
Oof.
And then before the end credits. I was like, come the fuck on. I'm going to just buy this shit. Like, that's what's dragging me. I would have been way further.
Before and then sometimes you don't even know if that's the actual end credits. So you stick around to make sure.
Yeah. And then the theme song comes on. I'm like, oh, are you fucking serious, man?
What service is this?
Amazon.
Hulu? Oh, you're on Amazon. Oh
no, Disney.
You said Hulu.
Disney Plus.
So Disney Plus is Hulu. So that's the Hulu service.
Bleach has 366. I don't remember watching that many episodes.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, I gotta finish
so smoothly. It's a great show.
Listen,
that first
I'm
episode
sorry.
you're good. Nah, because you guys made it sound like it got better. I was like, that first episode got me. I was like, oh,
the first episode.
Ichigo.
Yeah.
I can agree with that. I like what's her name, Rukia
She's a cool little badass, but she's in like a little human form. What the fuck's her actual form? I'm waiting to see what that looks like. If there is a different form.
I'm not gonna answer that. You have a question.
Right. I'm assuming. No, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
That's what I'm assuming because they're like, you're in a little girl form. Some shit. I forgot what they said. Chad. I fuck with Chad. Chad's pretty funny. I hope nothing bad happens to him. There was an episode. He fucking sucker punches the fuck out of one of the hollows. And then Rukio's like, oh, how does he see him? And then it goes back to him just... Oh, so it was just a lucky hit. I busted out fucking laughing, yo. I was like, what the fuck? Like, it has the funny jokes, but it's fucking serious when it gets down to it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, shit. And then, like how I feel every anime has its one ultimate goal. So his ultimate goal is to kill that fucking bitch-ass Grand Fisher.
Yeah.
He wants to revenge his mother. So I was like, yeah. And every time they talk about that shit makes me emotional. So, like, that's how you just know it's a great fucking story. Like, the dad's fucking funny. The sisters are fucking cool. Like, it's been good. I'm telling you, those ads are what's killing me, man.
Fuck, man. I'm trying to... Because it's not on Crunchyroll.
I think I am only on 10 or 11, though. But,
man.
What? My cousin had put a story before I started it, talking about he always says some out of pocket shit. I'm assuming he meant the Grand Fisher, so I'm like, damn, that fool's all the way at the end. Then he doesn't really do it yet. That's the only spoiler I guess I know, but it was kind of, I guess, bound to happen. Of course, nobody's able to kill him. He's been evading fucking Soul Reapers for 50 years, I think they said.
Yeah, it's something long like that.
And I'm like, I hope this fool gets to fucking slaughter him, avenge his mother. Because that was a fucked up way to die.
Wow.
It's been good. I've been liking that shit for real. Like, I just want to play the next one where I forget about the ads. I'm like, man, I don't got time to watch fucking Wendell University 20 times, man. Like, fuck. I might even be a fucking apply to that university by now. I don't know. Like, fuck.
Wendell University is crazy.
I already got my degree in fucking architecture.
Oh, shit. Oh. Do you have anything else you want to say before
I've been fucking with that shit. I'm in for that ride for sure.
Okay. I don't know what I was expecting you to say. I'm very happy that it was Bleach. Bleach is a great anime.
It's good.
For me personally, like I've said, and people also have said this, but I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Like, because obviously, you know, you have your own opinions about different things. So if you enjoy this, that's perfectly fine. But those first 11 episodes, like, I didn't really consider dropping it at any point in time during those however many episodes. But fuck, man, for me it was a struggle because I was just like, man, nothing is going on. There's no like, and when I say nothing's going on, I mean like to the story, to the main story. Like I don't get what we're doing.
Yeah, okay.
But like, and it's quick. Like something happens, and that's the story of Bleach. Literally, like it's a tone shift, and it's fast. And you're like, oh fuck,
oh yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah. And I'm ready for that thing. Cause shit,
Bleach has one of the greatest anime villains of all time. I won't tell you anything about him, what happens with that, but it's fucking crazy. Yeah, I'm excited for you. And I'm glad you're enjoying it because that shit's awesome. Yeah. And they have great fights. The dub is great. The dub is amazing. Bleach's thing that people like say like, oh, you'll never be better than Bleach, and this is the fucking music. The music, the OSTs, all that, the openings, all that. I know you probably don't watch the openings, but everything.
I do not. That's
all of it is great.
For real, I do not like that fucking opening song, man.
Okay, I can actually see that. I can see the first one.
I hate that shit. That is so garbage. I think I told you that is the worst opening intro I've ever heard.
Wow, you were talking about that one. That's crazy.
Yeah. I can't. Every time it comes on, I'm just like, because I can't skip it because I'm gonna get an ad anyways. I'm like, well, fuck it. Yeah.
Well, yeah. That's okay. Good. Well, I mean, it's fair. Music is.
I mean, maybe it gets better, but yeah. No, that one sucks.
He said, nah, fuck what you just said about music being subjective. That one sucks.
There's no way you could say otherwise.
Well, there's a bunch of openings.
Yeah,
so maybe you'll like the other ones. But the OSTs for sure, like, man, they were cooking. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I don't know if J-Mac has anything you want to say about Bleach, but I'm happy for you.
I gotta get back on it.
Oh
No. Like I said, I'm barely almost done with the first arc, like the first major arc. So I definitely need to get back into it. I didn't know it was that few amount of episodes, and I know that sounds crazy, dude. I know it'd be like 400 episodes. Is few.
That makes me even more happier that I'll actually end up finishing it.
You started definitely with the smallest episode count of the Holy Trinity, the big three. Yeah. So I gotta definitely finish it, and yeah, I gotta catch up to where these guys are at. So that's cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. There's great moments. There's amazing fucking fight sequences, and yeah, that's awesome. Happy for you, for sure.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Any other ones?
In for the ride. Yeah, I got 2 more, I guess.
Okay.
I started watching Pokemon. I'm in for that ride too. Fucking straight from the Indigo League.
Hell yeah. Hey, I just rewatched that not that long ago, so hell yeah.
You've never seen it all the way through?
Me? Nah.
Oh, I guess both of y'all.
There's just no way neither. Yeah, there's just so many.
That is a lot of series. They have a lot.
Too. I'm gonna try to go in order, I guess.
Definitely try to go in order. I mean, it doesn't really matter per se. Sometimes they'll reference, old Pokemon that he's caught or something, and then they'll show up in an episode. But for the most part, it's pretty contained.
The one thing I think is so fucked up is how come he's able to capture all the starting Pokemon, but I play the games, I stuck with one. I got a trade. Like, come on, man. He found them
the
first
MC,
season.
Man. That's why. Yeah. That's Ash.
Well, it's my career.
You're not.
But literally all 4, he gets a Pikachu. Like, that's bullshit.
Yeah, he gets them all. He does get them all at one point. Yeah.
Fucking first 5 episodes, he has them all. I'm like, what the fuck?
That motherfucker didn't have to wake up early for shit.
Nothing, right? Like,
you can get them all too. You just better not gotta buy another DS.
Yeah. I did that for sure. I made sure I had all of them in my party.
That's funny.
I mean, I'm hoping it changes later, but when he's doing the gym battles, they beat it in like 1 episode, which I mean, I guess. But the last one I just saw, it was Pikachu versus a Raichu, Lieutenant Surge, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That Raichu was supposed to be like way stronger than Pikachu and whatnot. And 1 day of training, he's already fucking
beating the power of friendship.
Yeah, basically, though, because he has Brock on his side.
That's one thing about Pokemon is it's a friendship type of shit. Like, it's his bond between him and his Pokemon, and that bond being strong enough to be able to overcome any challenge.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
It's a nice little message.
Yeah,
and I like how they'll talk shit back and forth, him and the villain, whoever, not the villain, but like the dude he's gonna battle that episode. Then at the end of it, they're like, all right, they shake hands. They're like, all right, good shit. Congrats. So that's kind of cool too.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
But one of my favorite parts. There was is it Pokemon? Is it Diamond and Pearl? Like the show, is that together?
I think so, yeah.
Pokemon Diamond and Pearl with Dawn.
Yeah, with Dawn, yeah, that's a good one.
So the trainer that had the I think it was a Rapidos. He was beating Ash's ass. I think if I'm thinking about the right Pokemon, the trainer had red hair. He looks like a dinosaur. He has the blue fucking top.
I think it is Rapidos.
He has red eyes. Right? He's big as shit.
Exactly. Let me see.
Rampardos?
Rampardos. Hell yeah.
Rampardos. The trainer
I remember that.
He has a Rampardos. Yeah, he was beating Ash's ass.
Yeah,
he was fucking him up.
That's funny.
That's one of my favorite parts. I just wanted to throw that in there. I can't think of what that trainer's name is.
Those Sinnoh region Pokemon. I fucking love them.
No, that generation was great.
Those are nice.
They were still cooking at that point.
The starting Pokemon are fucking badass. You can't go wrong with either one.
That's dope.
Yeah. Just my last one. It was it's a small little movie, Salem's Lot. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
Yeah. The movie?
Yeah.
The new one that it's fairly new. I think it's like 24.
Yeah.
23, something.
It's about just like a writer. He goes into, I guess it's called fucking Salem.
Mm-hmm.
And there's fucking vampires and It was an alright movie. He just starts turning everybody into vampires.
That whole town gets fucked.
Yeah, literally. It's only him and the little boy who make it. But I really hope or wish the little boy was the one to kill the main vampire.
Dracula. I think it was Dracula or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
I'm not going to remember neither, but I really hope or wished it was him to have killed him because he wanted to. He said he was going to avenge the first little boy, his friend. So that was a little downer, but he did kind of save the main character. He was smart enough to fucking break shit and drop the shit. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
I saw that one a little while back. It was all right. It was all right. I think it was the biggest reboot or like a they redid it remake. Sorry, a remake. Yeah, they remade it, and I think the older one. I think it's like an '80s one. That one was better if I remember correctly. I'll check that one out though because I didn't hate this movie. No, I was like could have been better.
So it's tough when they do for sure a remake and it's worse than the original. Like that shit. It's like. Because, you have those hardcore fans that they're going to talk shit about the new one regardless. But then when the new one is actually bad, it's like, fuck.
Told you.
Right.
Fucking told
you. Yeah. Fucking around with greatness. Look at you.
All right, cool. John had awesome. 3 this week. 3 this week, and he started Bleach. I think the biggest surprise of all of them. Yeah, pretty cool. All right. Jay, you want me to go next?
You can. I'm ready, but you can. For sure.
Yep. Like you guys know, I got that Alamo season pass. Every movie that I'm interested in that comes out during that week, that opening weekend, I'm gonna go check it out. This week was The Wolfman, or just Wolfman.
Nice.
It might have been The Wolfman actually.
The Wolfman.
I think it's Wolfman.
Is it? I think it is Wolfman. Yeah, I think it is Wolfman. I liked it. I did like it. I thought it was It is a different telling of Wolfman's origins and different aspects of it and. We all know Wolfman needs a fucking full moon to turn into a werewolf, a wolf, and this kind of didn't do that. Like he could turn into a wolfman. He's a wolfman the whole time. Like they show us, and they kind of play with it. It's kind of cool where like they don't show him to you fully up until like the beginning of the 3rd act, and they start diving into another aspect. If you guys have never seen Wolfman movies, I love the I thought I rewatched it too. I thought I loved the 2010 one with Benicio del Toro and Anthony Hopkins. I thought I loved that one. I rewatched it. Nah, I mean the action in that one was really good, but it does drag. When he's not a Wolfman, it's kind of boring and it's kind of like just drags. But the action in there is fantastic. The way that he looks as a Wolfman is amazing. The way that the Wolfman looks on this one, they took a more sickly approach to it. Like, it's an actual disease. It's not like you're a werewolf. And yeah, he transforms. He gets his claws. He gets his fangs. He gets a little bit of hair and his rib cage. The typical werewolf shit. His rib cage breaks and shit like that. And they did that, but he looks sickly. It looks like it's an actual disease. And once you're infected, you're infected. An aspect of this that I did enjoy, too, is the view. Like, when he's turning into the Wolfman and... they show us his point of view, and the whole world just gets like this blue tint, and it looks like he's in another dimension, and he has his family in front of him, they're talking to him, and it kind of just, he can't understand them, they're just mumbling and shit, and it sounds like different. Oh, so I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was really cool. There's a scene in here where he's like turning, and he hears like rustling upstairs, and he thinks it's the Wolfman coming in. And he goes upstairs to try to find this noise, and in reality, it's a spider just climbing up on the wall, because showing that his hearing is just getting fucking crazy. Yeah, and it's just a spider crawling up, and it sounds loud. It sounds like somebody's knocking on the doors, trying to get in and shit. So that was cool. It has great effects, great like moments in it. Like at the very beginning, they don't show you the Wolfman, but like he's crawling around this little hidey hole, or this. They're in like the hunting. I forget what it's called. Like they're in this hunting tree house or whatever the fuck. I forget what that shit's called. But they're in there, and the wolf is around him, and you can just see its breath. Like, just he's right fucking outside the door. And then he moves around to the back, and then you see the breath just in the back. I thought that was pretty cool. So it definitely has some cool shots. I love the point of view from him being the Wolfman. I thought that was fantastic. But then, like I said, it's not that traditional Wolfman. He doesn't need a full moon. He's a little sickly. I didn't mind the sickly version of it. I mean, it's a different telling of it, which is okay. But a lot of people didn't like this one because of that. It doesn't really stay true to the Wolfman's lore. And I completely get that. If that's your opinion on that, that's completely valid. So I did enjoy it, though. I think I gave it a 3.5 stars. I did enjoy my time in watching the movie, and I thought it was pretty cool. It also reminded me pretty much of not Until Dawn, Dead by Daylight, Friday the 13th. It revolves around this house, and that's it. They're running in the house. The Wolfman's getting into traps. He's trying to break in through the doors and shit, and they're just running, trying to survive that night. And I thought that was pretty cool too. But yeah, if you guys want to check it out, you're curious about it. I know a lot of people don't like it. Maybe you do. Maybe you will. Check it out. If not, wait for it to come to streaming services. I did enjoy it. 3.5 stars. I thought that was pretty cool.
He's conscious in this blue state that he sees.
Yeah. Oh, that's another. Yeah, he is conscious. He's like, "Yo, what's happening? How come I can't understand you?" He in his mind, he's talking, and they're not talking back to him. They are, but they're mumbling. And by the end of it, actually, I forgot to throw. By the end of it, they look like full on monsters to him. Like they're blue veins and glowing bright eyes, and they're just white. And they just look like monsters to him. So I thought that was really cool. I did really enjoy that aspect. It's kind of crazy because there's a scene in there in the barn. They're in a barn right here, and they're just trying to survive. They're hiding, and the Wolfman comes in, and it's completely pitch black. They can't see what's going on, and then they give us his view. They're clear as day. He's like right in front of them, just staring at them, like he could see them. So I thought that was pretty cool too. But yeah, like I said, I did enjoy it. I thought it was pretty cool, different take, and I didn't mind it so much. So yeah, and that's coming from a wolf guy. And like I said, that was the last week or the week before. Werewolves, I completely did not fuck with that one. So this was cool to see for me. So, and they gave me a free little pin at Alamo for watching an open weekend. So that was pretty cool.
Oh shit, nice.
But
That's cool.
then another one that I finished this week, Landman. I talked about that one a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago at this point, with Taylor Sheridan being the creator, the writer for that. It did finish pretty strong. Those last 2 episodes were really great. Billy Bob Thornton did his thing. A
That's
cameo.
still crazy to hear.
Yeah, that's insane. I haven't, like I said, I don't remember the last thing I saw with him. I mean, maybe shit. I was gonna say Monster Ball, but I think it might have been Friday Night Lights or some shit like that. It's been a long ass time. But yeah, he did fantastic in this. Him and let me pull up her name because she deserves some credit. Her and Billy Bob just played off each other so well.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Allie Larder is his wife in this one. She played fantastic. Him and her together just were phenomenal. The jokes, the one-liners on this, like, you could call it sort of a toxic relationship. They take jabs at each other, they cuss at each other, but at the end of the day, they love each other and they're in it together. But they're fantastic together. Billy Bob and Allie Larder just play so well off of each other. I thought that was fantastic. I enjoyed it a lot. One aspect of the show that I didn't mention last time that I just thought was like, oh, come on, that's ridiculous, is he's got a daughter that is 17 years old. That you can't sit here and tell me her name is Kayla. No, that's not her. Her name is Michelle Randolph. That's his daughter. You can't tell me she's 17. Hell no, she doesn't even look 17 in my opinion. No. And they're playing the like, oh, hi daddy. Like they're playing that young aspect. No, she is not 17. She is full grown woman, bro. And they, I guess they did that because she does some crazy, they do some crazy shit. Like as far as like her sexual experiences and shit like that she's going through and being with her boyfriend coming over here and stuff like that. And I guess you can't do that with a 17-year-old girl. Like, there's no way you're going to put a minor through the shit that she does. But like that did bother me. Like you're not 17. If you're going to do that, just make her, of age, make her fucking 18, 21, make her older. So yeah, that was a little ridiculous. But the show as a whole, I enjoyed it, man. Like I mentioned, Taylor just doesn't miss. John Hamm was fantastic in this. Demi Moore, by the end of the season, had a little bit more of a role, and you can see her acting chops again. She did fantastic. I couldn't recommend it enough. I thought it was cool. I thought it was great. I can't wait for season 2. I am all in on Landman. So definitely go check that one out if you guys haven't seen it. I feel like I'm missing something that I want to talk about on it. Oh, yes. A cameo that caught me off guard completely. Like, I think it was the second to last. Might have been episode 8 or 9, whichever the second to last one is. Jerry Jones shows up in this as Jerry Jones. And he's at...
I did know that, actually.
Yeah, he's at a hospital. I don't want to say in what regards, but he's at a hospital. And he's talking to one of the characters. And I was caught off guard. He did fantastic. And I can attribute this to... I'm sure he can too. It's just a general, like... the way he lives his life and the advice that he's given to this character in the hospital, I was like, no, he's got to be telling this from the heart. Like, this is something that he actually understands, that he lives through. This is how he does his business. And he killed it, man. Like, I was very, very surprised. I was like, yo, Jerry Jones, you got some acting chops, my boy, because that was crazy. That was crazy. I thought that was fantastic, and I did. He deserves a shout out in that scene. That was fantastic. That it opened with him, so that was awesome. That was pretty cool. Yeah, Landman, go check that one out. I can't recommend it enough.
Cowboys fans are hoping he stays acting.
Yeah, I would imagine that. Yeah, he found his new passion. So yeah, that was cool.
That's tough.
Last one, and I don't want to get into it too much. Let me see, because I remember we did the most anticipated shows, and this was on there. American Primeval is that was on our most anticipated. I didn't know it was on. It was going to come to Netflix, so me and Gloria knocked that out. She loves like these Western, timepieces and seeing the Native Americans and the cowboys and that era and stuff. She loves the Native American side. She'll go nuts for it. So we checked that out. We binged that all in one day. It was okay. It wasn't a bad show. I don't want to even say that because to me it just seemed okay. It just seemed okay. They had a great cast, had great performances, but by the end of the season, it's like, oh, okay, all right, I guess that's fine. And I don't want to explain it too much because when it was going on, it was good. It was cool. But we got another cameo here, and this one was at the beginning where Jerry Jones was at the end. We got another NFL owner in this one. This one being Jim Irsay. I talked about. I just told you how great Jerry did. Jim. No, man, no. That's the other end of the spectrum, man. That dude only had like 2 lines, man, and even then it was just horrible delivery, like a run, girl, like bro, come on. It was I was like, yo, who the fuck? That is him, huh? So yeah, no, he didn't. Nah, he can stick with the Colts and state of the ownership. Jerry, you got it over there. So yeah, that was just funny to see, and he just didn't complete opposite. But as for the show, it's all right. That's all right. I think you guys will enjoy it while you're watching it, and then maybe you'll feel the same way by the end of it as I did. But if they watch it, then maybe we could talk about it a little bit later on. But yeah, American Primeval, it's on Netflix. Check it out. See if you guys like it. But yeah, that is all my What We Watches this week. All the ones I wanted to talk about. So I'll pass it over to Jet. Jet, what you got?
So by the way, I was gonna add to that last part. You guys should watch Killers of the Flower Moon if you haven't. If she's really into that shit, like that's something that interests her, I would recommend that.
Okay.
We didn't end up finishing that movie, like I've told you, but the half that we did watch, it's great acting. And Lily Gladstone, Leonardo DiCaprio, they're great in that shit. So, it's sad though. Shit is sad. So, just fair warning. Subservience on Netflix. It is a movie about AI robots, but like really, really smart AI robots that are able to do, different services, cook, clean, do whatever you need to do. And you can actually like talk to them as regular persons. Like you wouldn't know it was an AI type shit. Like it's that good. The movie stars Megan Fox. I need to rewatch Transformers because at this point I don't know if Megan Fox can act. I'm gonna be so completely honest.
I don't think she was that good.
If I'm being honest with you, I don't think she was there to act. I think she was there to be eye candy.
Literally.
I mean, literally. Probably thinking about the
because what the
what's
fuck
his name? Michael Bay, thinking about how he makes his movies. So that could be the case.
To be honest, that's fucked.
But she plays like the main AI that this movie's about. There's this guy whose wife is in the hospital with I think she needs a heart transplant or something. So there's no womanly figure at home to take care of their daughter and different things like that. So he gets this AI robot to help around the house, and Megan Fox just kind of ends up, I guess, falling in love with him and wants to have sex with him and different things like that. The movie's kind of crazy, but yeah, the movie's bad. First off, let me get that out the way. The movie is fucking bad.
Because I think I have heard of this one.
Dang, it's on your list. It's the first one on the list.
Yeah, I guess that's fair to say for sure. That movie fucking sucks. Megan, because the crazy thing is she's playing this AI thing, so there has to be a level of talent that comes for one acting, but for sure playing an AI robot because it's different. You have to act different. Your mannerisms in your face, how you move has to be different. Yeah, she's not doing none of that. But then there comes another AI person, and I'm like, wow, the difference is night and day in talent. Like she fucking looks and sounds like AI. Megan Fox is talking in a regular fucking voice. She looks like she's trying a little bit, but it's just like, man. So yeah, I don't recommend that movie. I thought it was going to end at one point, and it kept going, and I was just like, man, what was the idea behind this shit? Like, I don't know. Subservience. Letterboxd rating will probably be 1.5, maybe 2 stars, because me and Andre were laughing a lot. If you can can laugh a lot at the movie, that's something. You know?
Telling you, man, that Madam Web kick, that got me, bro.
Nah,
that got me. That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
but like, did anything else make you laugh throughout the movie? Because we were laughing periodically throughout the movie, so it was hilariously bad. So yeah, I guess you guys can let me know your thoughts and opinions on that if you've seen it. Subservience on Netflix. The second one. Another movie on Netflix, we got Back in Action. That is the #1 movie on Netflix. At least it was yesterday when we watched it. That one stars Jamie Foxx, Cameron Diaz, Glenn Close, McKenna Roberts. There was actually a lot of actors in this shit. And Kyle Chandler, Guy Gardner, or not Guy Gardner. What's it? Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan, yeah.
Hal Jordan. So the movie started off. This is an action movie about spies. Jamie Foxx and what's her face?
Glenn?
Yeah, Cameron Diaz are spies.
Oh, okay.
Who, they're top level spies, like CIA top fucking level. They're on a mission. They're doing shit on a plane crash. They're on a plane. The plane crashes. The movie tells you just maybe 5 or 10 minutes after meeting their characters that Cameron Diaz's character is pregnant with Jamie Foxx's baby. So they're having a child, and they also, don't want to put their child through that. So in the span of 15 minutes, you meet these characters. They're spies. They get on a plane. The plane crashes, and fast forward 15 years later. So. Yeah. They have the kid, they had another kid apparently, and they're living their lives, regular, because they left the agency, they faked their death, everything. During those first 15 minutes, man, I thought this was the worst movie that I was ever going to watch. Like, I was like, wow, what the fuck is this? Then the movie, because you don't know what, like, I was telling her this feels like a parody movie, and it looks like a Netflix movie. So I was gonna turn it off after that point, but I figured to myself, let's just fucking watch it. We're eating, let's just leave it on. So after the plane crash and they're living their lives, the movie starts to like slow down in pace, and you get into just a little bit of, their day-to-day and regular life. And obviously the movie goes on, and then, I won't get into, the rest of the plot. But I actually really ended up enjoying that fucking movie. Jamie Foxx was hilarious in it. His chemistry with Cameron Diaz, I thought I loved it. I thought they were playing off each other really well. I still think the movie is bad, but it was a good bad. Like I enjoyed it. I had a really good time with it. Jamie Foxx was making me laugh the whole movie. He was having dad jokes, but obviously he's a spy, so it's like, So I would actually recommend that movie. I had a really good time with it. There's a lot of action. The action in the beginning, I was like, well, what the fuck? Why was that in slow motion? Because he threw something, it's in slow motion. She catches it, hits a guy with it. I was like, what the fuck was the point of that? So I was kind of like, if this is an action movie, this is like the action that we're getting. But the action got better as the movie went on. And no spoilers, but there's going to be a sequel. It's what it looks like. Again, bad movie, but I enjoyed it. So, and that doesn't happen I don't think that often. Like when I think something's bad, I'm like, oh man, what the fuck. But yeah, Back in Action. I recommend it. And I believe that's it. Watch the second episode of Sakamoto Days. I liked it a lot more than the first, and it made me appreciate the first one because there was things that I was kind of like, about the action in that show. It makes no sense to me, but that shit is great. Like they be going crazy. People be flying through buildings and shit. It's nuts.
Is it dubbed already too?
That I don't know.
Netflix.
Oh yeah, that is dubbed. That is.
Yeah,
it's just releasing weekly. Yeah, it is dubbed already. Yeah, I'm enjoying that one. It's not, it's nothing crazy. I'm not gonna overhype it, but I enjoy it.
I guess an update real quick. Because we talked about it earlier on the pod. Earth Abides. I finished it. I think I had like 3 episodes. I finished it. It was good. I did enjoy it. I think I talked about it last time. They don't really go too much into like the Walking Dead side where it's like you see people, they're gonna. No, it's John said it. They see people. It's like friend. Let's make friends and shit. And they did that with another group. And it goes the way of The Walking Dead, but in a crazier way, like in a horrible way, a tragic way. So I thought that was cool, and it taught everybody else a lesson in that group too. So that was cool. The way it ended, I didn't know. I guess it's a limited series. I don't remember it seeing that anywhere that it's a limited series, but it ended like it was going to be a limited series. So and I mentioned it last time. They do the time skips and shit like that. They do the time skips here again, and like, he's completely old. Like he's an old man. So. I was like, yo, okay, I guess that's where they went. And it's fine. It's fine. If this is where they wanted to tell the story, it's fine. I thought it was a good show. Like I said, I think it's worth checking out just to kind of see a different take on the post-apocalyptic world. So that's pretty cool. They don't get too much into the like how it ended. They just tell you it's a virus, and that's it. So I guess that's it. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. So check it out if you guys plan to. John, check it out. It's there on your MGM Plus now. You got it.
Right, I have no choice,
right? He has no choice.
Yeah. It's like what other shows on MGM, what the fuck else is on that shit?
Earth Abides. I thought it was cool. But yeah. All right. That's it. Final thoughts. No news updates on this side. So any final thoughts, guys, before we head out?
Yes, for the audio listeners, anybody that's been watching, episode to episode, that we've been doing the Silo, reviews at the end of the episodes.
Oh, yep.
We did the review, season review, really finale review of Silo that is up on the YouTube channel now. You guys can go watch that if you would like. We gave our thoughts and opinions on that. Spoiler alert if you don't want to know, but spoiler alert, we liked it. So there you go. In case you don't want to go watch the whole thing, we liked it. Really can't wait for season 3. So go check that out. Shout out to Critical Film. Man, that episode that we dropped on Sunday, that has to be our most, in a debut, our most views ever. Because that, I think it's at 31 last time I checked it. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
So, shout out to you guys that, watch the episodes, watching this episode. We really appreciate you guys. And yeah, just stay tuned. We got a whole bunch of things in the works. I'm working on 2 LFG sit downs as we speak. One of the people I really can't wait to talk to. She lives in the UK. She goes to film and TV premieres. So I really can't wait to talk to her. Like I said, she lives in the UK, so I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna make that work, but I'm gonna make that work however I can. So yeah, just stay tuned. We're doing big things, great things over here at LFG. And yeah, thank you guys for the support.
Well, another episode in the books. Make sure you guys drop that like button. Give a big shout out to Mr. Lovewell. Drop a like for him being on the pod. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that content too. We look forward to having him on again in the future. So I look forward to that. But yeah, leave all your thoughts and opinion on this episode down in the comments below. While you're down in those comments, go ahead and drop us a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Audio listeners, drop us 5 stars. That too would be much appreciated. But in the meantime, keep it locked here to LFG. We've got you covered on anything and everything in pop culture. And we'll see you on the next one. Peace.